Okay, hello IBCA. I had a bunch of sound problems earlier, so it's taking me forever to get this video done. But anyway, here goes nothing. So everything should work this time, hopefully. Okay, I'm going to go over what we did today. First off, I apologize for it taking so long for us to finally really truly get started. I'm going to try to make sure I get all the data posted, preferably to y'all to that Google Drive that I was putting things to today. So if you can get in on that folder that's on my Google Drive, that would be the best way for you to get there. I'm going to also try to make sure they're on that forum on HeSwim. If this doesn't work for us in a couple of weeks, I know another way we can do it that will work probably easier. It'll just take class time for us to do it, and I hate to do that. So, let me see. What am I going to do? I wanted to, for those of you who still weren't able to get the data, open a web browser, either Google Chrome or Internet Explorer, Mozilla Firefox, or whatever it is you have. I usually like to use Google Chrome. Chrome. Go to Gmail in your browser up here. You just type in gmail.com and it will default to, it'll change the address up here in the address bar to mail.google.com/whatever. Mine's already logged in. I'm actually logged. What I did was I added a different account that I have onto that folder, so you would see what it would look like as a guest. So in your inbox, you should see from today at some point from Stephanie Methvin, Fall 2019 HeSwim invitation to collaborate. You might, if I believe Levi said his went to spam. So if that happened to you, then you can always click your spam folder over here and see, I hate to even see what's in here, that it might be here. But most of you, I think it went straight to your inbox. It's this one. So you just click on it, and then it should look something like this. You can click open, or they always just click the actual file. And then what this does, it will bring you to my folder of whatever I've got for Fall 2019. Now, I think I have some things on here. Okay, actually, yeah, I mean, I have a few other things on here that just you can ignore for now. But what we looked at today was Apologia Lesson 6 raw data. So you just double click this and open it, it'll pop up. I'm going to open, during the beta club meeting today, while everyone was doing whatever they were doing, I finished typing the rest of this chapter out. So it's going to have, so this one here, Apologia Lesson 6, full, if you kind of hover over it, you'll see the whole thing pop up. Apologia Lesson 6, full chapter, partially edited. Double click this one and open it up. Now, mine's not open with Word, as you can see, and a lot of people had this happen. So I'm in drive.google.com. This is not Microsoft Word. It's got some cool elements to this, but this is not what we want. So some of you hit Control A, Control C, and then you open Microsoft Word and paste it in there. That's fine. I prefer to, let's say, just download it with this button over here. Let's see. Yes, right there. And then it should pop up somewhere in the bottom of your tray over here. You can click it and hit open. Might take a minute. My house has been really loud for the last few hours as we had company, and so here it is 10:30, but I'm finally getting a chance to do this. Protected view. Be careful. Files from the internet can contain viruses. Unless you need to edit, it's safer to stay in protected view. This yellow warning up here at the top, the reason that is there is because in case you it realizes that you downloaded this from the internet. So it's saying it might have some hyperlinks in here or something that are scary. It's not usually. So if you want to fool with this, it's just giving you one extra layer of protection just in case. So for us to fool with this, we need to hit enable editing. So now here here is the document that we had. If yours does not look like this, because, you know, maybe you just didn't get around to doing all the elements that we did, it's okay. We can still just work with this. I did not continue doing all of my, my spell check ones today. I was helping some other people while the rest of y'all were going through and making sure all your spell check stuff was correct. But what we did essentially was, for anyone who wasn't there or just forgot, or for Josiah who probably couldn't, and Miss Joy that probably didn't see half of this, the document that you got has a bunch of red squiggles underneath it. That means, that indicates that Word thinks you've misspelled something. So over here, let's see, what page is this? This is page 3. Orange light from the sun, whatever, this right here. I'm going to right click on it, and you can select orange right here. But what we did, and apparently not every version had this, but if yours has it, go to add to autocorrect and change it to orange. And that way, every time I misspell orange that way, and obviously that's not a misspelling. I know that when I typed this, it was not ORNAGE, is not how you spell orange. But my right finger was a smidge faster than my left finger, and it came out orange instead of orange. So in case I ever do that again when I type the word orange on this computer anyway, add to autocorrect orange. So now every time, if I accidentally do that again, it's going to type it correctly. As a matter of fact, see, I typed orange and it changed it to orange. Okay. So it just kind of helps with not having quite so many typos. And if you're a fast typist, you have a ton of typos. If you are a slow typist, having any typos, it's sad. Like, it's aggravating because it just takes you forever to fix them. So either way, to me, autocorrect is just a little gift from heaven. Now this one, like the flat paint plane's called Maria right here. This is not misspelled. If I right click on it, it's going to suggest that it's a name and I should capitalize it. But according to the book that we are copying, that is just a word, a lowercase. Do not know if y'all can see this or not. Let me change to this view. That is not seeable, is it? I can't even see it. What am I doing? Anyway, whatever. It's one of the vocabulary words in this particular book, Maria, and we're gonna bold that as well. We'll do that in just a second together. But so anyway, so we're not gonna touch it at all. And like I told y'all can right click and hit ignore all, and it will no longer have the red squiggle underlining it if that bothers you. And you can do that. You can just do that to the rest of this document. I don't think I'm gonna take any more time to finish doing all those. I don't really see any more anyway. So, okay. I'm not even sure the Maria one was on there for the first one y'all had. Okay. Anyway. Okay. So the first thing that I wanted to go over with or I guess the next thing I want to go over with this is we talked about styles. These are your styles up here in this top menu. What we are typing in is called normal. That just means everything in here is a normal text. But what we did here for the moon's phases, and I think we did one more or two more, lunar eclipse, and I think lunar atmosphere is all we had. We changed that to heading 1. And we modified heading 1. So let me add a few more because I've added. So and you'll want to do the same thing. Walking on the moon is a heading, and I'm just going to sift through this book. Walking on the moon. The moon's gravity is one. What do you remember? Assignment and activity and project. So walking on the moon, I'm going to triple click that line and not touch anything else yet. Now scroll down. The moon's gravity. So I'm going to hold down the control key. Triple click again. And as you can see now, they're both selected. What do you remember? assignment, activity, and project. These are all heading 1. So I held down control and triple clicked each of these, and I'm going to call them all heading 1. Now I accidentally messed something up here because, okay, these must have all been considered on the same line when I did it. Yours may look a little different, but if yours came out like this, we want to make it's easy to undo this, or like to change this. This part right here, I don't want it to be heading 1. I want it to be normal. Normal. Let me put an enter. I mean, yeah, an actual paragraph change there. Maybe that'll help. Yes. Okay, so I guess I didn't have, I guess I didn't hit the, for a new paragraph here. So what that will do is keep them all the same thing. It made it, Word thought that this was all part of this. So anyway, play with that, but you'll want to make sure that these are separate paragraphs for it to consider it a different heading. Okay. All right. So all of those are the, we covered that on how to like change the heading. Now, if your heading has not been modified, yours won't look exactly like these. Yours might have a different font or whatever. All of these are Times New Roman 24, bold, and centered. What we did here, we right click on heading 1 and click modify. Here is where we change Times New Roman. I put mine at 24. That's roughly about what this book has them at. And I'll be honest, I don't know that these are bolded. I guess they are. Yeah, I guess they're bolded. We're going to keep them bold. The book doesn't look that bold, but anyway. So we're going to keep them bold. Now, I'll tell you what I could do. I could change this style if I decide I think that's a little too dark. I could change it instead of using this deep, deep black. And when you hover over, and remember this is important because the test will tell you what color specifically they want you to make text. And it will say something like black text 1 lighter 15%. And you're going to have to choose the right one. You can't just choose, or if they want it to be blue, you can't just choose blue. You can't just choose blue because there's like, you know, a bunch of blues. So you have to pick the right blue, the one that they tell you that they want. So what I'm going to do for this, I'm going to, you know what, don't fool with this part. We're not going to touch that. We're going to leave it at black text 1 and make it bold. And there's no sense in getting all that. But when you go to modify modify one of your headings here, this is where you change all of it. What I'd like you to do to add to it is I want the space above. I wonder if I can. I wish I could write on the screen somehow. This space here above the heading and below the heading, let's make them match. So where that's going to be is under format down here. As a matter of fact, you can actually read right here, and it shows you all the things that make up heading 1. If you see before is 24 point, after is 6 point, what we're going to do is change those to where they're before and after. So I'm sorry, back up. Click format, this key right here, and paragraph. And we want the before to be 6 and the after to be 6. You can see the preview right here shows you how it's even above and even below. So hit OK. So now all of these headings will only have it'll if you pull out a ruler or anything, you'll see there's 6 points above here and 6 points below. And you only had to do 1 click. You didn't have to go through every one of these and try to make something work. Okay? So we covered that. We covered the format painter. So I'm trying to think of an example on here. Let's say let's go up to this word Maria, wherever it went. My eyes have gotten horrible. Maria. You'll probably all see it and you're laughing at me. Oh, here it is. Okay, Maria. So let's say I'm going to take this word. I'm going to make it bold. So remember, we use Control B and it makes it bold. I know most of you probably already know this, but you can also right click it and hit font, and that gets you to the font, or this little ribbon that pops up right here. It's just right here. You can change it to italics, bold, underline. Remember to, like, if I underline it and I'm like, no, this shouldn't be underlined, I'm just going to re-click the underline button. Or it's up here. There's quite a few different places you can find that. Control B, I think, is the best. And actually, let me see. There's a trick. I'm gonna go ahead and show you real quick. In your backstage view, where you click File and then Options at the bottom. Can't remember exactly where this is, but I think it is in. I should have found this before I decided to show it to you. I think it's under autocorrect stuff. It might be here. No, okay, so autocorrect options. Maybe this isn't. Auto format as you type. Okay, this right here. So if you go, let me show you how to get here. If you go to, this is called the backstage view. When you hit File and all this stuff pops up. Down here at the very bottom it says Options. Click that. Go to Proofing and then Autocorrect Options. And these tabs right here, you're going to want to go to Auto Format as you type. This is just one extra little lanyard. You really probably won't need this for an exam or anything, but it's just kind of cool. Click this box right here. I'm not sure why they, because used to Word defaulted to this. And it doesn't anymore. I guess it aggravated some people, but probably because of email addresses and stuff having the underscores in it. But click the check mark on this box and hit OK. And notice if you type a word and you use an asterisk and then another asterisk after it, it'll just bold it. If you do an underline and then you type some word or any sentence, and then another underscore, so an underscore and then another one at the end, it'll turn it into italics. If you're typing super fast and what you're saying is important, you need to emphasize it like that, it actually it's like awesome. It's like way faster to do it in that manner. I don't know why, but it just is. Anyway, just a little extra bonus for you there. But okay, first off, so let's see. So the word Maria, let's go back to that. So the format, so for the format painter to work, what that means is we're going to take whatever format this is in right here. You have to have it highlighted. Then click the format painter up here. And then, let me find another bold word in here. It was called the Lunar Rover. Where is that? Should be right around here. Here we go. So now you see this little paintbrush has popped up. I'm going to now highlight the Lunar Rover. And it's going to do whatever was done to this. Because Format Painter will take the same, it'll make it the same size, the same font name, any of these other, anything. It's going to repeat it. Okay? I'm actually going to Control B for that and make it, because it's supposed to just be Lunar Rover. It's just as easy, if it's just bold is the only thing that's different, there's really no point in using it. But sometimes you'll change a lot of stuff about it. You know, like let's say this word eclipse, maybe I'll make it a couple sizes bigger, I'll make it bold and underline, and I'll make it red, and maybe I'll highlight the back of it. I don't know. Do all kind of crazy stuff to it. So what I can do for this is highlight it, hit Format Painter, and then let's say I want total lunar eclipse look the same way. Boom. It'll do everything that I just did, so they match. I'm going to Control Z and get out of both of these. until it's all gone. Back to normal. Okay. But anyway, that's Format Painter. We looked at that today, and we looked at this and modifying a heading, or modifying a style rather. These are all called styles, and to modify them, you right click on them. To apply them, you just, I mean, you can even see the preview change in mine. Not all your versions are going to do this, but like, just look how, let me see. Like, let's say if I have this here and I just like hover over these, it'll change it as I go. Isn't that neat? So you can kind of, when you're working with it, kind of say, which ones of these do I like? But right now we're leaving that at normal. So we will be changing some of these. I don't think we really had time to talk about much else. In the new data that I've given you, if you would go through and change all of these headings, these same ones that I've got here, you may have to look through this multiple times through this video. This one right here, make a telescope. Don't know if you can see that. Hopefully. We are going to put that centered, bold, and a little bit smaller than this one. So what we're going to do with this is let's give it heading 2, okay? But we don't want it here on the left. We want it in the center with project. So let's modify heading 2. Center it. Let's give it a couple points lower, like 16. It can stay Times New Roman. It can be automatic or black, either one. As long as your paper is white, automatic is just going to be black anyway. Now format, paragraph, and let's get rid of that before. Make it, it's really close. So I think I'm going to just put that at 0 and see what it looks like, because in the book they have it really close. And then the after actually should be 6, just like the other headings, because the after on this looks like it basically matches the rest of these. So let's see how that goes. See if I like it. Yeah, good enough. Now, this one, remember, had 6 beneath. It had a 6 point beneath it. So even though this one has 0 above it, all that's doing is just using the 6 that this word project had. You can go through and change like just this one if you wanted to. I don't care to do that. I like it like this. This looks fine. And it was bold as well. Okay, good. We don't have any other like heading 2s that would go in there, but we do have this down here, instructions. We can call it heading 3. So let's come down to instructions right here, and it is centered as well. Now there's really nothing special about this heading, and when we do a table of contents or anything like that, I don't really care to have that as a special heading. So I'm just simply going to change the formatting on that. We're just going to center it and make it 2 points larger. So I'm going to hit Control E and then Control open close bracket, which is this one right here. So on your top, this is a QWERTY keyboard. See QWERTY, QWERTY, UIOP, and then this is open bracket, close bracket. I really hope you can see that. I don't know if you can or can't. Probably my keyboard is wild because I like cool keyboards. So you got QWERTY, this right here, open bracket, close bracket. Yours probably doesn't look anything like that. Anyway, but the that's where they're located on the keyboard, above, right next to the P. So right next to the P's, open bracket and close bracket. So anyway, so Control close bracket will make that, I did it twice, to make that 2 points larger, and it's centered. So I'm just going to leave it like that. Now, a couple other things we're going to change. For those of you that watch the video all the way through, anyway, I'm going to give you a little bonus here. Under the project, you will see make a telescope. You will need, let's bold, you will need and also on paragraph, let me see here. Let's click this that says keep with next. What that means is I want that to not be separated from the contents beneath it. Because right now, let me undo this for you. Right now it says you will need at the very bottom of a page, and then the list is way on the other page. That doesn't look right. So what we want to do is tell this on you will need here on the paragraph menu, click this text box launcher. That doesn't sound right. Can't remember the name of it. And here's your two different options. You have indents and spacing and line and page breaks. You want line and page breaks and tell it to keep with next and hit OK. And so now it moved it there. So no matter what you do to change the document up, this will always be right next to the next piece beneath it. Now, these are bulleted. So what I want you to do is highlight. I know we haven't talked about bullets yet, but go ahead and get a head start on this. Highlight all of these from 2 magnifying glasses all the way down to someone to help you, and just have them all highlighted like this. Now, you have your little cheat right here or up here. But what we want is little blue diamonds. We don't want just plain bullets. So here's our bullets right here. Here's numbers. And here's more like, a multi-level thing. So what we want is this, but if you just click this big square, you're just going to get plain old bullets. So what I want is to hit this arrow. And none of these really look like the arrow, the one that I want. I want a little blue diamond. So, you can click any of these. And because I hit an enter after each of the things we need, it automatically defined it in that way. You can put checks, little arrow deals. I may have to cover this in class, and I will cover it in class, but you should be able to do this. Define new bullet. And let's say we want a symbol. You can just choose whatever. I would like a blue diamond. Here's a black one. That's going to have to do for now because I think the video is going to be too long if we go through that whole process. So let's just do this. I could have found a picture quickly, but I'm not worried about it. So I have all these little diamonds here. You can put your face if you want. You got a picture of your face. All you have to do is right here. You can say define new bullet, do a picture, and as a matter of fact, let's see what I have from file. I'm sure I have a picture of one of my kids on here somewhere. Look, here's our old logo for our store. Let's use that. Boom. All my bullets are these little Angel Britches logos. I'm making it bigger so you can see it, but I'm not leaving it like this. So, see, all the bullets are these little logos. I'm gonna go back down to normal size. Which don't do, I'm not asking you to do that, but you can play with that when you define a new bullet, but I'm gonna just use this one right here. Okay. Now, since you know how to do that, under the instructions, start with place the paper on a table or the floor and go all the way down to try looking at the moon with your telescope. Where is that? Where is it? Here it is. Okay. And then we want to number these. That's nothing special. These are just plain old 1 period, 2 period, 3 period. So we're going to click the numbers. You can just click it, and that'll put it in the same order that they have theirs. So there's a single spaced, no special anything. I actually think I may have gone a little bit too far. Oh, yeah, here it is. Okay. And if you're with me this far, go ahead in this bottom paragraph right here. We can bold it. I don't like that having so much bold, but that's what they put right here, so we're going to copy it. And then how does this work is right here, and I actually missed this one as one of those. Actually, no, this has the same heading as make a telescope. So make a telescope is heading 2. As you can see up on here, it shows us what it is. So we're going to do that same one right here. So click anywhere in this line. You don't have to triple click this. You can just click in the line until it heading 2. And that is it. We're going to do a couple more things in this as far as finding a few more places to put some bold stuff, but I think that's enough to get you to work on. You may have to repeat a few of these, but that'll be okay. So like you may have to pause the video a little bit and like redo it, or come back to it over and over again. Totally fine. But if you can get those adjustments made to your document, and if we could all come to class with something very much like this. If you have any problems with this, let me know. If you the bullets and the numbering, I know we didn't even like talk about them for a second in class, so that's completely it's no big deal if you don't have these things done when you get to class. We will do it together. We'll probably do it together anyway. So just, no stress. So when you're done with all of this, hit File, Save As, and remember what I asked y'all to do is there's plenty of places you can save it, but I think it's the easiest if y'all will save it to this PC under your desktop. And within your desktop, have a folder that's something that you want for this class. I called mine IBCA. And this is what I had titled it before. I'm going to title it Fully Edited, although it's not completely fully edited. And so now I know that this is my copy, C of this. You may want to do that A, B, chapter, apology of lesson 6A, apology of lesson 6B, apology of lesson 6C, whatever you want to do. If you know that what you've completed looks pretty good, you can just make that your final, kind of like your final copy. So now if I X out of this, it's all good to go. Nothing's changed about it, and it's happy. I'm going to make another video. I think I'm going to make it tonight and show you guys how to make this page. It's really easy. And so some of you I know are like really wanting to do a little bit more. So I'm probably going to give y'all several videos of different things y'all can work with and do with some of the text that I've put on here. So you're welcome to go for them and do them, especially since we don't have class next week. I hate that we're missing it. So the more you work on it, the better off you'll be. All right. I'm going to close out of this, and I will see you guys soon in another video. Cheerio.